It is Sunday, it is 3 p.m. and this is Liberty Lockdown, and two are better than one. Hey church, welcome to Sunday's Liberty Lockdown. We're going to be doing 2 episodes a week. Sundays to share some news and a little message, and Fridays are just for fun. If you missed Friday's episode, go back on YouTube or Facebook and watch it later. But for now, over to our first segment. Just so you know. So this section is about news that's happening across the church, whether it's serious, fun or random. So to start off, sadly, I'd like to let you know that Davina's dad is in hospital, has been diagnosed with COVID-19 and has lots of other complications going on. So our thoughts and prayers are with you. Church, be praying for that situation. In other news, you might have heard of our Food Bank 19 appeal, where we're trying to get people to sign up to £19 a month to support the Food Bank long term. That's been going really well. We've got around 20 people signed up to support the Food Bank long term. We really want to have a secure full-time premises that we can use for Food Bank so we can really impact this community. So please, if you're willing to do that, please check out the Facebook page or the Food Bank website. And so moving on to this theme of 2 are better than 1. Just some news, just early in the pipeline, we have put another offer in on a building as a church. Before we put an offer in on a building where we would use one of the units and a business would use the other one, we're looking at whether it's possible we could have both of them units together, because we think that 2 are definitely better than 1. So be praying about that and maybe giving into the building fund too. Next up, some news from across the pond. I saw on Facebook the other day that it was Justin and Susan's 8-year anniversary. Some of you guys in our church won't know Justin and Susan. They went back to the States some time ago, but we just wish you a brilliant anniversary. And I loved the picture on Facebook. Couldn't go out to restaurants, so they went for burgers in the back of their car. That's the sort of date that I can get on board with. And now, which brings me to some serious, I think the most important news probably across the nation, is from John Morley. He finished his fence. As you can see, John's built a fence out the front of his house. Amazing work, like a carpenter. Jesus would be proud, I'm telling you. But I think it's amazing because I can't build anything, as we'll find out later in the show. And lastly for this segment, some of you heard last week, if you watched the episode, that me and Steph went for our scan for our baby to see if it was a boy or a girl, and they couldn't tell, and so we're in a bit of a pickle now, because we couldn't really decide on names before, and now we've got boys and girls names that we can't decide on. And so what I want you to do is I want you to send in the comment section below, is to send in your favourite name, boy or girl or both. I don't care what it is, just send it in right now. Type it in your favourite name, so me and Steph have got some more names to go off, because we're stuck on like 2 and we can't agree. And anyone who does, and it's the best name that I pick out, I might even give you a free Liberty Church mug. Who's just typed in Habakkuk? We're not having Habakkuk. I'm telling you for now, that is not a winner. So we're not having Habakkuk. So keep them coming in. Type in your names, your favourite names, and me and Steph are going to pick the best one, and we might name our baby after it. So we want to hear your stories from across the week, whether they're serious, whether they're fun, whether they're random. So please get in contact. You can email me at hello@libertycentre.org.uk so we can share it across the church. So the next section of this episode is called FAQs. Yep, every Sunday we're going to address a question really quickly, a question that's either asked of me as a pastor or someone who leads a church, or maybe that people ask about our church specifically. It's going to be all sorts of different questions, but today's question, are you ready? It's this one. I've had it quite a few times from me personally as a leader of a church, and they asked me this: do you like have crosses up all over your house? Yeah, this question I've been asked quite a few times. It's quite amazing how often, in fact. And the answer is no. No, I don't. In fact, not even one. And here are the reasons why. 1, I'm not really into symbolism at all. 2, I'm not traditional in any way, shape or form. 3, I'm not really sure about the importance of them sort of things. But lastly, and most importantly, 4, I can't hang anything on any wall. Don't believe me? Follow me. you come through to my hallway, you will see as you walk in the front door here, we look to the side where Steph wanted something up on the wall. We have just here, tiny little hole. Tried to hang a picture up, didn't work. So then she asked me a couple of months later to then hang a picture up, and I drilled in 2 holes. They were in the wrong place and it didn't work. And then I drilled in another 2 holes, they didn't work, and it was wonky. And then another one in the middle, it didn't work. Welcome to our living room. Here you'll see on the big white wall here, nothing. And the wall behind me here, nothing. And the wall behind me here, nothing. And the wall everywhere in the whole house, nothing. I can't hang pictures up, let alone crosses. There are no crosses, no pictures, nothing on the wall, absolutely nothing. And my wife is very happy about it, obviously. Oh, hello. Oh, look, a clock! Stepped on the clock. So, do I have like crosses hanging up all over my house? The answer is no, not one. And this brings us on to our next segment, Love Thy Neighbour. Okay, so we're out for another go at Love My Neighbour.
I call it Love My Neighbour.
Ava calls it Love My Neighbour. And we just thought that 2 are better than 1. So Joel's going to come along with some flowers too. Ava's chosen the orange ones to give out, and Joel has gone for the pink.
Yeah. Joel, you can have my one.
You might as well.
Something to make you smile during the lockdown. Stay home, stay safe from some neighbourhood kids. So we're going to head off. We're going to go down and see if we can sneak some of these on some people's doorsteps. And we're off.
So what my plan is, I'm going to put it there, I'm going to knock on their door, I'm going to run.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Two are better than 1.
2 better than 1.
Love my neighbour.
Love my neighbour.
Love my neighbour.
Dance party!
So come on church, let's spread a little love across our neighbourhood. Who can you leave a gift for? Maybe something you know they need, maybe something that's just for fun. Let's do it church. Let's love thy neighbour. Give someone a gift and share it in the comments below. And that brings me on to message 120. That's right, a mini message in just 120 seconds. Are you ready? Go! So my title today is 2 are better than 1. And I learned this lesson about a year ago. How, you ask? By duvets. Yep, duvets. 2 are better than 1. Now, me and Steph have got a big bed because I thrash around like a beached whale at night. And in order not to crush her to death, we have a nice big bed. But the thing is, we also both sleep on the edge. So the duvet always becomes really taut. And so we find ourselves fighting each other for it, you know what I'm saying? So one day, about a year ago, I had this amazing idea to get our old, spare, king-size duvet out. I'm telling you, this is a game changer. Why? Because now instead of fighting each other for it, we're well rested enough to fight for each other. Ecclesiastes says this, 2 are better than 1 because they have a good return for their labour. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up. But pity anyone who falls and has no one to help them up. Also, if 2 lie down together, they will keep warm. But how can one keep warm alone. Though one may be overpowered, two can defend themselves. I love that line, that one can be overpowered, but two can defend themselves. It paints this picture of two people back to back, fighting off attackers coming from every angle. And the truth is, when someone's got your back, you can defend yourself because you're fighting for each other. But in order for someone to have your back, you've got to trust them enough to let them get behind you. And I want to say that someone just can't have your back. You have to give them your back. That's right, you have to give them your back. So I want to encourage you, if you feel isolated at the minute, or you feel like you're fighting on your own, let someone have your back. And if you feel like you haven't got anyone to have your back, then please join a Connect group, because maybe, just maybe, during COVID-19, they might need you to fight for them too. Because I believe we're designed to fight for each other, not with each other. So remember, two are better than one. So now on to our last segment of this episode, and that is the segment that I like to call Big 'em Up. This is just a moment where we take time to celebrate someone in our community. Someone who's just doing something fantastic, something good, something we want to say thank you for, or someone we just want to celebrate. So this week, I want to big up, drum roll please, Sharon Thompson. And if you're from the Thetford area, you'll know who Sharon Thompson is. She does some amazing work in our town. And I'm not just talking about the normal meet and eat cafe that's run in the Pine Close area. I'm talking about going above and beyond the normal, going the extra mile, because she's even stepped it up during the COVID-19 situation. She's been able to carry on and even go further. She's been providing takeaway lunches for anybody who needs them. And last week she surpassed giving out over 1,500 lunches to people who need them in our town. I just want to say well done and thank you. You're a superstar. It really is a mammoth task, and it's amazing work what you and your volunteers do. So I want to say a big thank you and a big well done. And so if there's someone you want to big up in our community, then please let me know at hello@libertycentre.org.uk. And that was Big 'em Up. And so to round up this short episode of Liberty Lockdown, I just want to remind you, if you're not in a Connect group, then get in a Connect group. You can go on the Liberty Centre website and fill in one of the Connect forms. You can get into one of our online groups right now. And speaking of Right Now, don't forget you've got free access to Right Now Media. Make use of that, church. And if you haven't got access to it, please just email me and I'll send you a link so you can have that free resource like Netflix for Christians. And just a reminder about the Food Bank 19 appeal. If you haven't already signed up, then please do that. You can do that on the Food Bank website, or the link is on the Liberty Church website too. And lastly, I really want to say, please don't miss Friday's episode, our Liberty Lockdown Challenge, where I'm going to be doing a challenge that I'm keeping secret from everybody until that night. And so remember, if you've got any news at all, then email it in so we can share it next Sunday. Or if you do a Love Thy Neighbour, take a picture and leave it in the comments. And before I go, if you are watching this on Facebook, I want you to go over to our YouTube channel and I want you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. I want you to press the notifications bell so you get notified every time we upload a new video. Love you guys. Keep them baby names coming in. Peace out.